Let's talk about slope. Usually when we talk about slope, we're talking about a line passing through 2 points, and we have an equation for slope. So let's see here. So for a line passing through 2 points, and we'll call these x1, y1, and x2, y2. That's how we generically write 2 points. Okay. The slope is, all right, here we go. And there's a lot of different ways of writing this. We usually reserve the letter m for slope. And we think of slope, one good way to remember is the rise over the run, rise over run. See how easy that is to remember? It just kind of rolls off the tongue. Rise over run. Okay, mathematically the rise goes with the y's. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. There's the run. So the y's are the rise, the x's go with the run. Okay, so this is the equation that you remember here. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. This comes from, and honestly you don't really have to worry about right now where it comes from, but just so we're mathematically sound, let's just draw kind of a generic line here. Okay, so here we go. Let's call this point y2, let's call it x2, y2, x2, y2, and let's call this point x1, y1. Okay, so if we trace this back to the y-axis, this distance right in here, this rise, is y2 minus y1. And if we trace it down to the x-axis, this distance here is x2 minus x1. So indeed, if the slope is the rise divided by the run, well, here's the rise, here's the run. So we get y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, and the more times you can write this formula, the better, because when you write something, it becomes more and more familiar. So I like to write it every chance I get because it kind of burns it into the brain. And this is a formula you definitely want to internalize. You don't want to have to look this up or write it somewhere or something like that. This is one you want memorized. Okay, let's say some more about slope.